morning, good afternoon, good evening, my beautiful people. How was your weekend? It is another wonderful day, a great day, and what a wonderful news to start up the day for Pi Network. And I tell you guys that each and every news media that publish about Pi Network, it's also looking deep into the next thing to talk about Pi Network. And this is why today we are here on official news website of BSC News. BSC, which stand for Binance Smart Chain News. So here we are on the blockchain news of BSC. Here it states, Pi Network prepares for open mainnet as enclosed period winds down. Wow, this was published on the 13th of November, which was actually yesterday in the midnight, because this is already 9 hours at the time of me making this video. Now, let's look straight into what this means. This is actually by Kyle Hayes. Okay, the news is by Kyle X, and this is actually a wonderful graphics by BSC News, which is so good. And you can see mass KYC of Pi Network. What a wonderful logo. All right, coming right down here, what this has for us. Could the launch of Pi Network be just around the corner after the team confirmed millions of KYC users and the success of testnet applications? Okay, this is a wonderful question, and here we go. The article continues. Open public mainnet finally arrived for pioneers. The Pi Network team has given clues that the open network mainnet for Pi users could be right around the corner. The enclosed mainnet has been active for months and has brought several advantages to helping prepare for the public launch. Of course, on this very part, this is actually true. The Pi core team are making efforts in order to bring us the public open mainnet. Here we have the Pi team confirmed in a recent tweet that millions of pioneers have been KYC'd and that new Pi apps have been able to successfully transfer from the testnet to the mainnet. The roadmap indicates that the KYC progress and the state of the enclosed network will be indicators of when the launch can happen, with both of those looking good. The launch appears imminent. Of course, this is true, and this is them quoting the Pi core team with the tweets they had. There are multiple advantages to helping an intermediate enclosed period to ramp up the fully open mainnet. Of course, if you want to know more about this, I made a coverage about this very particular article, a particular post by the Pi core team, which will lead you to the white paper, which we have actually made good use of in the previous post. So if you're not new to the channel, for sure you should know that we talked about advantages of the two period approach to mainnet that the Pi core team have actually tweeted last week. So here they went on to say the open network will remove restrictions like the existing firewall to outside networks and bring new ways to the Pi community to interact with the entire blockchain world. The new open network will allow any external connectivity, for example, to other networks, wallets, and anyone who wants to connect to Pi mainnet. According to the Pi Network Medium roadmap, users will be able to run both personal and community network nodes, launch API services, connect to other blockchains, and more. All right, here is a quote. My hope for Pi is the establishment of an inclusive ecosystem for global citizens to unleash and capture their own value, and in turn create value for society and the world. Founder Cheng Daifan was quoted as saying in a recent lecture at her alma mater, Stanford University. So for sure, a lot of information are really being dished out here, a lot of stuff, and this is actually a very good emphasized news to help us understand some of the things that are happening, because I see all of this going towards the right direction. All right, here they went on to say there is no confirmed launch date for the open network. The original dates expected for the launch were in both March and June of 2022. The launch date, according to the roadmap, is contingent on the progress of KYC'd users and the relative maturity of the enclosed network. And of course, this is actually the truth, is a fact, because Pi is a utility platform which offers a great advantage to its token or coins holders, because as the as the Pi ecosystem keep growing up, for sure it will help to give more value to the Pi network as a whole, and as a result making the goal to be achieved for the Pi core theme. And here we have, what is Pi network? Pi network is a mobile blockchain mining project on a mission to give everyone access to the cryptocurrency revolution. The project was founded by a team of Stanford University PhD candidates who designed a mobile-friendly blockchain mining algorithm. Pi network was evolved over the years and has organized a hackathon, built a couple of working Pi blockchain apps, and is now in the final stages of transition to public mainnet. Where to find Pi network? You can actually go to this very particular social handles. I will leave a link to this video in the description so that you will know. So how would you rate this article? I think, in my own opinion, this article is very genuine, has a valuable information. It makes a ton of sense, give in a good message, a legit message that correspond with what the Pi core team are doing. And so kudos to the BSC News for dishing out this very good content about Pi network. And I tell you guys, it keep on getting better. So that is that about this. Let's also look into other news. To wrap up with the news, we have a tweet at Pi Chain Mall VN, that is Vietnam. Okay, they tweeted about a day at me making this video, and it says, it's really not easy for a global mall running on new blockchain and Web3 technology. We appreciate the efforts of the technical team. We believe that as long as we unite and build together, the Pi ecosystem will definitely succeed. At Pi Chain Mall at Pi Core Theme. Yes, I agree with this. This is really true, and you can see to some of the video right here. If you go through it through this wonderful tweet, you are going to see the video they have captured out. And also looking at the other part of this, this is one of two. This is an actual video for visiting Pi Chain Mall on Pi browser without editing, which is a video I covered previously. And guys, this is the video for this very particular one. Let's look into other. Okay, this is a wonderful news by at Pi News Media, and this is about a day at the time of me, 4 hours at the time of me making this video. Okay, here they tweeted, bartering take place in Benin, West Africa, exchanging goods or food 100% for Pi coins. This is what the cryptocurrency world needs, of course, and that is why Pi was created. As Pi network is growing rapidly, okay, it's growing rapidly and leading the way for massive cryptocurrency adoption. Pi payment, hashtag Pi payment, Pi news, Pi coin, and also Pi. Here are the proof, evidence of what conspired there in Benin, which is wonderful. A wonderful event comes out with a wonderful result. So this is what I should like and retweet. So this is that about this. So guys, tell me if you find this pretty helpful and wonderful. Of course, this is these are things we need, and this is just the beginning because the future has a lot to unfold. Talking about perspective of how the picture looks like, here we have Pi News Media bringing to our notice about 19 hours at the time of me making this video, and they tweeted, "Love Global Pi." When Pi Network has hundreds of millions of people around the world using Pi to pay, the economic trade of cross-border goods will contribute to 7% of global GDP, which is global gross domestic product. Now, keep creating. Pi Network still has a long way to go in the future. Of course, there is a long way to go. This is true. I agree with the Pi News Media. Here they went on to hashtag Pi Network, Pi News, and Pi Payment. And here is a wonderful shipment showing a sign of how Pi is going to really evolve in the future and how historic this will be. Let me like and retweet this. This is about a perspective looking into the future of Pi Network. And this has bring about the end to today's content or this wonderful video. If in case you like this, kindly like, subscribe, hit on the notification bell so that each time I'm live or each time I have a new video like this very particular one full of great information, you will get notification right straight from YouTube. Leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you feel about this. Would you see yourself having a wonderful shipment of your goods or containers coming in from abroad like this in the future, making payments with Pi Network? Leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me your opinion about this whole update that I have for you. That they are verified and confirmed news as usual. We try to bring you legit happenings around Pi Network in the global scale. And guys, this has brought us to the end of today's video. Stay tuned and I see you in the next video.